Good evening, everybody. Just gonna do this one. Don Everly died today. I bless the day I found you. I need to be around you. You say you'll always let it be. Don't take this help from one, not if you care for someone, now and forever. Let it be. Each time we meet, love, I find complete love. Without your sweet love, baby, what would I be? So never leave me lonely. Tell me you love me only, now and forever. Let it be. Each time we meet, love, I find complete love. Without your sweet love, baby, what would I be? So never leave me alone. Tell me you love me only, now and forever. Let it say you'll always let it be. Please say you'll always let it be. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Steve Kilbey. Woo! Ow, 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 ow! That's for Jody Coyote. How are you all? Tonight I have a tiny little bit of sake with some Blue Lotus. I've got some water with some chlorophyll. And I'm going to play some songs from the Road to Tibooburra. About a year ago, I met this guy called Julien Poulson, and he asked me to be in a film he was making, a sci-fi film, and I did that, and we got on really well. And then he said, how would you like to come on a bus trip? So I read that book when I was a kid. Do you remember that, the Kool-Aid acid test? And it was about a group of crazy people who got on a bus in America and went around taking drugs and having adventures. Well, I jumped on the bus and we were going to a place called Tibooburra. It's also complicated, and there's all these allusions to all these different things. Perhaps once there was an inland sea in Australia and some of the explorers went off looking for it. Perhaps I naively believed there still was an inland sea. And I was going out to look for it with the rest of the merry pranksters. There was a painter called Ian Fairweather. And he was this amazing painter, and he'd escaped from this island called Timor and come back to Australia on a handmade wooden raft where he lived the rest of his lives, even though he was making millions of dollars selling to a big gallery in Melbourne. This painter painted these sort of incredible, I don't even know what style that is, and he made millions of dollars and he didn't care, and he left it all to his agent to sell the paintings. He lived in this sort of tropical beach hut sort of thingy, dressed in shorts and sort of wild hair and just painting all day long. Fucking what a life. So I don't know why he thought that had anything to do with me, like some wild old guy just doing nothing and wasting his time. Anyway, yeah, what else is there? Oh, and in Tibooburra, even beyond Broken Hill, is this little town called Tibooburra, and out there they were supposed to have some sort of art on the walls of a pub, a famous pub, where there was art. So we're going out to look at that. We're going through Broken Hill, where we were stopping to talk to Jack Marks, who'd written a book called Hard Road, the story of little Stevie Wright. And we dropped in and met him, and we stayed in this house in Broken Hill. We all stayed there, except for the night we stayed in the haunted pub. And the whole thing, we did all of that. Fortunately, pardon me, through no fault of my own, I just sat back and went, well, I'm going to see what happens. I'm not going to try and make anything happen at all. I'm just going to be a passenger on this, and I thoroughly enjoyed myself. However, nothing really happened. So when we got back, the guy, Julien, and Lou Chapman, who was one of the people on the bus, of course, also on the bus was the fabulous, delightful Justin Frew, who now runs a gig in Wollongong called Disgraceland by invite only. Please don't fucking try and gate crash Disgraceland. It also has a swimming pool. I've heard rumours of people playing shows there, and famous pop stars turn up and naked models running around. And yeah, I wish I'd get an invite, but I am, as soon as it's all over, I'm going to be playing at Justin Frew's Disgraceland. I've played there before, one stormy couple of nights in Wollongong. It rained and rained. They kept topping my drink up and giving me more dope, and boy, oh boy, I can't remember anything, Justin. But I will be back in Disgraceland. Justin was on the bus, along with a whole load of other people. So when it was all over, Julien and Lou said they're going to write a movie based on the bus, and I've got this short blurb on it here, which I'm going to give you before I play the songs, okay? So, The Road to Tibooburra. It's Too Late to Die Young, a rock and roll misadventure set in the Australian outback. All right. This is the story of James Jager, also known as Lord Jim. Now, even here, I've got to stop and explain this. There was a famous Peter O'Toole movie called Lord Jim. Who was that book by? Conrad? And in it, Peter O'Toole's got these blue eyes, and he's just sort of like, he just does a lot of staring, like, sort of he can't. Very handsome chap, Peter O'Toole. Very handsome chap. Anyway, Lord Jim, the movie was called Lord Jim with Peter O'Toole, but clever old Julien spelled it L-A-U-D, as in laudanum. So this character is Lord Jim. Does any of this sound like me? Lord Jim, so it's a character who's sort of inclined towards that sort of thing, an Australian rock star who in his old age is struggling for relevancy and seeks that last moment of greatness, a song, an album, a show that will be his magnum opus, or at least has the potency and resonance of his earlier work. All right, my comments have stuck again, so whatever, they're stuck. I'm touching the screen, they're still stuck. It's probably better that way. Good evening, everyone. I'm sure you're all saying, I saw Julien Thingo's out there typing furiously. Justin Frew's having a laugh. So did we get that? In his old age, is struggling for relevancy and seeks that last moment of greatness, a song, an album, a show that will be his magnum opus, or at least has the potency and resonance of his earlier work. Encountering an unexpected fork in the road, Jim finds himself on a bus heading towards the Australian outback in the company of a maverick bunch of artists, including the beguiling Summer, a painter who promises him some kind of renewal while masking her own desires. Before you get carried away with that, I think I can reveal Summer is Lord Jim's daughter. All right? Okay. Not only is there that, but there's now a synopsis. All right? I'm going to give you the synopsis just so you're really clued in on what I'm about to do. An aging rock star. He thinks of the most flattering terms, doesn't he? An aging rock star, known for his slew of hit singles, seeks renewal by joining an artist's road trip bound for the Australian outback. The artist's mission is to reach the New South Wales border town of Tibooburra to find a way forward during a time of global pandemic. They dream of creating a theatre of the desert inspired by the myths and legends of Australia's inland sea. As their journey's end approaches, attempts to become more altruistic, rebuild careers, and to reconnect with friends and family prove far more difficult than expected. There you go. All right, there's this one last bit. Here's all the people doing it. It looks pretty exciting, I'll tell you. It is a rock concert with a story to tell. It is outback tinged with twang, trimmed with a lot of great jokes and stark juxtaposition. That means if you've got stark juxtaposition, that means it can just jump all over the place and people go, what did that mean? And you go, stark juxtaposition. No, come on, Julien, I'm just pulling your leg. Aging rock star. Somewhere between Priscilla and Wake in Fright. And if you've seen Wake in Fright, that's truly a horrible, frightening movie. Experiencing a rollicking rock and roll bus ride. Getting the band back together feeling a surreal trip into the Australian interior. A sprawling work of performance art complete with odd, angry rants and broken down hillbillies. The Road to Tibooburra is a vigorously painted canvas, a broken family drama playing out in the Australian desert at the time of COVID-19. Well. So, Julien wrote this musical and he asked me to write the songs and I agreed and wrote them pretty quickly. He'd give me a little bit of direction. He'd ring me up and go, hey, Kilbey, we need a song called blah, 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 blah. It should be a bit like this and a bit like this and a bit like this. And I would sort of write it for him and send it back. And eventually he put the musical together and it did 4 nights in Newcastle. I saw the last night. It was pretty good. It had a lot of promise. It's a work in progress. It had a lot of promise. I'm really proud of everybody who was in it. Peter Fenton did a great job playing Lord Jim. And it was a little under-rehearsed, it was a little under-baked, and tried to exceed itself a few times, which I warned him about. He should fucking listen to me more. But nevertheless, it was a good, solid beginning for this musical. I hope it gets off the ground, and I hope if the stars align, I could play Lord Jim. I mean, it's me anywhere, isn't it? You know, searching for relevancy on a bus to fucking Broken Hill. Seriously? What are you doing? Oh, I'm going to search for relevancy. Where are you looking? Oh, I'm going to get on a bus to Broken Hill with a bunch of zany characters. Nice try. All right. So the thing is, before Julien started, he already knew he wanted 2 of my songs. And I think this one might... This is the first song that's in the play. It's one of mine, Sheba Chiba, and I'm just going to play it to give you the feeling of completion, the whole thing. I think this was the sort of the play starts with this song. I imagine that we infer from that this is perhaps one of Lord Jim's previous songs from his lifetime when he was youthful and relevant. So let's start there with Sheba Chiba. Sheba Chiba lived in LA. He sold gold to Dorian Gray. She chucked out a Persian and took it astray. Sometimes you gotta give it away. But it was nice of you to invite me here. Yes, it was nice of you to invite me here. Well, the Holy Land is far away, so in the moment we call it today. Here's a short version, listen when I say, sometimes you gotta give it away. But it was nice of you to invite me here. Yes, it was nice of you to invite me here. Woo! Sheba Chiba drive a fast car. She drink black rum at a celebrity bar. She swallows a comment and spits out a star. Sometimes you've got to watch from afar. But it was nice of you to invite me here. Yes, it was nice of you to invite me here. Yes, it was nice of you to invite me here. Yes, it was nice of you to invite me here. Yeah, I'm Steve Kilbey. You're watching Instagram. Listen to me. You're watching Instagram, and I'm performing the songs from the Road to Tibooburra, a modern Australian musical. Okay, the second song Julien recontextualized for the musical was a song from Hall of Counterfeits, probably one of the first songs written for Hall of Counterfeits. Written on the morning we woke up in a town called Trundle, and we'd stayed in a haunted hotel, and there was talk of a ghost called Warren who played the piano in the hotel. The town was very, very quiet. It was a beautiful spring morning. I got up and looked at the piano. I walked in the garden, which was huge and overgrown and unattended. Untended and unattended. There's a subtle difference. And I wrote this song in about... I've thought of a few words, and then I wrote this little song called Warren. Warren, the ghost of the piano player, sitting in the sun, rattling off that old 3/4 ballad, just about the one. The dust suspended in the air, and we wonder, is there anybody there? Janice, the ghost of the laundry girl, she was gonna be his wife. But the flood and the fire and the sky conspire, they conspire to take her life. Now she dances to the piano. Surely you can see her in the shadow. You can see her in the bright daylight. sing about something different altogether. Song about the atmosphere and the tears back by the tree. Song about little mysteries. Song about the cranes, creeks, and the rushing, boiling weather. Warren and Janice are together. Warren and Janice forever. There you go, there you go, there you go. All right, the next song, one you haven't heard before, is called La Niña. La Niña. And this is sung from the point of view of the bus driver. And the chap who played the bus driver just happened to be an opera singer. And boy, he did a really good version of this, I have to admit. It's also one designed to be heard with a lot of these songs have got choirs. Of course, I've neglected to mention I've already recorded all of this with the fabulous Winged Heels, Roger and Gareth and Barton. We've already recorded all these songs, and they've put the Winged Heels magic all over it. And I believe Julien and the cast are doing their own version, which has my total and absolute blessings. So this song's called La Niña. It's sung by the bus driver who drives these crazy bohemian hippie artists and actors and people on unemployment benefits out into the desert. I'm a bus driving man. I've seen him come and go. I've seen the miners and the murderers and the missionaries. Showbiz quacks in the rodeo. I bring them out here where no one else will go. I've seen nuggets, yeah, bigger than your fist. Beer and the blood and the silver ingots disappeared in summer mist. You should really cross it off your wish list. And the Spanish girl who works at the bar says drink up. It's your last hurrah when the lightning strikes and the hail comes. We're just waiting for El Niña to come. We're just waiting for La Niña to come. Well, I'll be damned, I'm quick off the mark. The hustlers and the bustlers and the apothecaries, divas who can sing like a lark. My Lord Jesus, he can hit it out of the park. You know, I've turned a blind eye, I've turned a deaf ear to the names and the claims and the thorny tree. Oh no, there goes another year. We're just waiting here for La Niña to appear. The Spanish girl who works at the bar says drink up. It's our last hurrah when the lightning strikes the hail drums. We're just waiting for La Niña to come. 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 My comments are stuck. That's probably a good thing, so I'm not distracted. All right. Next up. I'm coming back. I've cheated and I've made little lyric sheets for myself to read, which is why I'm singing, looking up here. It's not my new thing. It's all my new gimmick to look up. It's just I'm reading the fucking lyrics because I just couldn't learn it all. All right. Wow, I'm already out of Sake and Blue Lotus. How's that? Okay, so what's the story here? We've gotten to Broken Hill and we've met Jack Marks, who wrote the book about Little Stevie, right? And this song, I'm not quite sure who was supposed to sing this song. I wrote it. It's Lord Jim is singing it to Stevie Wright, who was one of his influences, as Stevie Wright was one of the first guys. Well, he was the first, the Easy Beats. Loved Stevie Wright. A lot of sympathy what happened to Stevie Wright. Lord Jim is singing it to Stevie Wright, and Lord Jim's daughter is singing it to him, to Lord Jim. But we don't know she's his daughter. Go on, what does it matter? Okay, the capo on the 5th fret. So here's this song. It's called Stevie's Song, or Song for Stevie. People talk about your faults and your addictions. There's one thing they fail to see. They stitch you up and bitch about your predilections. You are like a father to me. Sometimes you live the truth, sometimes you live a fiction. Sometimes a buccaneer, sometimes a refugee. Sang the song, you sang sweet benediction. You were like a father to me. At the heart of it hollow, nothing left for tomorrow. The wilderness. God bless everything you do. People say that you had it all and you threw it all away. People say you couldn't be what they wanted you to be. And people say that you'll come back one day. You were like a father to me. Straddled the arenas, but the universe took you to the cleaners. You are lost out in the inland sea. Somewhere on Earth, somewhere between Mars and Venus. You are like a father to me. At the heart of it hollow, nothing left for tomorrow. The wilderness. God bless everything you do. People talk about your faults and your addiction. There's one thing they fail to see. They stitch you up, they bitch about your predilection. You were like a father to me. You were like Thank you. I imagine you're cheering in your captivity as you listen to this stuff. All right. Next we have all right. Next, I'm just finding the relevant document. Next we have Wouldn't Be Dead for Quids. Okay. I guess this is Lord Jim, his sort of manifesto song where he rocks out early on. It's the story of his life. Taxi to the airport. I'm standing on a stage. My record company ripped me off, and I could never act my fucking age. I got a record in a chart. I had a needle in my arm. I got the haircut and the boots. Nothing could do me harm, and I was doing it for the kids. Now I wouldn't be dead for quids. Wherever fortune bids, I was doing it for the kids. Got a studio in Bermuda. I'm doing yoga with Sting. I'm doing rehab, man, it's no fun. But tomorrow I'm back for another fling. When your high is so high, and when your low is so low, and when you're gone forever. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Man, I was doing it for the kid. I wouldn't be dead for kids. Wherever fortune be, doing it for the kids. Yes, I was doing it for the kids. I wouldn't be dead for quids. Wherever fortune bids, I will be dead for quids. No, no, no. Doing it for the kids. Doing it for the kids. Doing it for the kids. There you go. All right. All right. Now we've got a song I already played you before, which is called The Morning After. I'm not exactly sure what this song, what it all means, but it's just like a nice song to have in the play. And notice it mentions Ian Fairweather and mentions his voyage on that raft. It's all kind of mixed up. The whole play is sort of swirling around all these things. All right, The Morning After. Whoops. I can't depend on you. I'm down in deep end. I'm down in the deepest blue. Smooth sailing sea. It won't be failing me. The whales and the islands, the crocodile in the estuary, the morning after waiter with the night before left me with nothing, but still wanting more. Passing acquaintance, I've lost all my patience with you. You're up in the sensational sky, where we all go when we die. And you ask about my paintings, but I'm fainting in this heat. The morning after waiting, circumnavigating. The morning after waiting, the night before left me with nothing, but still wanting more. Oh, oh. Yeah, baby, the morning after. Well, there you go. I'm looking for the next one. I haven't run away. This is a song sung by the delightful and very attractive Justin Frew, who is sort of, he's singing it from the point of view of Lord Jim's roadie. And they're at a pub in Tibooburra. I guess they've reached Tibooburra by now, where all the fun really begins. And he's telling them all to get on the bus, it's all over. And he gives you a little bit of a story of Lord Jim's checkered career. I've seen him be Lord Jim when they put him in the Hall of Fame. Sorry. Okay, I've never done this one before. Okay. I've seen him be Lord Jim when they put him in the Hall of Fame. When they dragged him to the paddy wagon, couldn't even remember his name. The judge said, "Speak up, young Jimmy, or you'll be in jail in a rut." Lord Jim said, "It please your honor, we'll fix it in the mix and we'll fix it in the cut. Last drinks, I'm calling London. lost strings. You've all had enough. Lost strings. Lost strings. Call it lost strings. Get back on the bus. Lost strings. Now once I was his roadie, and I was gossip's slave. The vamps and the amps and the losers and champs. There was Kylie and Hutch and Nick Cave. The critics said he's lost the plot. Not that there's much plot to lose. Lord Jim had a talking with him, said, walk a fucking mile in my shoes. Lost strings. Lost strings. You've all had enough. Lost strings. Come on everybody at home. Lost strings. Don't call it lost strings. Get back on the bus. Lost strings. That becomes very tedious, you know, with hundreds of people. Lost strings. And cheering and raising beer glasses, doing high fives, barroom brawl, all that kind of stuff. All right. Well, thank you, my friends. Thank you for hanging in there. Thank you for hanging in there. All right. Well, then after that, we have Desert Ships, which I've already played you, which I guess is based on the idea of a camel being a ship of the desert. But this isn't ship of the desert, this is a desert ship. Something else. There's an inland sea. See it before me. Those gold dot blooms, those pieces of eight. Oh my God, I hope I'm not too late for my desert ship. Rolling town, that silver rush sound. Diamonds in her teeth, the wreck upon the reef of a desert ship. Drowning in the sand, shooting from the reef, sailing on the land in my desert ship. Sails, boys, lets me meander down around the scene in my desert ship. We fall into space. I can feel that cosmic wind in my face, treasure in my chest, shooting up a crest in my desert ship. Drowning in the sand, shooting from the hill, sailing on the land, on my desert ship, my desert ship. desert ship. On my desert ship. Oh dear, how are we going out there? You're coping with all these new songs? More to come, more to come, more to come. All right, now we come to the climax of the play. Some would say the nadir, the nadir, the nadir, 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 my dear. And this song's called It's Too Late to Die Young. And, okay, what's happened here is Lord Jim has a travelling, like, sort of drug butler. He's got a travelling drug butler who's constantly cooking him up things to have. And when they get out into Tibooburra, the drug butler guy, who's wonderfully played by Matt Houston, lovely, gorgeous, fantastic Matt Houston, who lives in Wollongong. You might see him cavorting in the nude in Justin Fru's swimming pool when Disgraceland returns. You might see that. And members of all kinds of famous bands. I said that before. The character played by Matt, the sort of the drug butler, goes out in the desert and finds this sort of indigenous sort of drug, and administers Lord Jim, and Lord Jim seems like he's dead, so they put him in a freezer. And then right at the last moment, just when everybody thought poor old Lord Jim has... Talk about searching for relevancy. He was taking it to the nth degree, and he had died from an overdose of this drug. And now, yes, he's reappeared and he wasn't dead, but whatever. There you go. I've given the whole play away. Oh, everybody knows what happens in Hamlet. You still go and see it. Let the hay, let the hay, let the hay. Wow, it's not easy. Let the hay. Oh, it's too late to die. Let the haters. Here we go. Sorry about that. I was just getting that together. Let the haters hate. Let the bells be rung. Now it's too late to die young. So let the waiters wait, let the song be sung. Now it's too late to die. When I was just a young child, my daddy put me on his knees. He said, listen, Slim, you gotta be wild. He said, listen, Jim, you gotta be free. One thing you gotta understand, my son. He said, rock and roll is stupid, but it's fun. Somebody said I was clinically dead, and they stuck me inside a freezer. It all went black inside my head. I was standing before this geezer. He said, one thing you really should understand. The show must go on. This is not the end. And she sat right down in the flood. And she panned for gold in the flood, and everybody else ran to work. just began. She made a fortune in the mud. Woo! When I was just a young star, the public saw me up on a stage. I was that sulky lout in a sports car. I couldn't afford my age. One thing you don't really hear a lot. Rock and roll is stupid, but it's the best thing that we got. The papers gloated over my many addictions, my fortunes of wax and wane. The priest gave me a benediction, the teacher gave me the cane. He said, one thing you better understand, my lad. He said, rock and roll is evil, rock and roll is bad. So let the haters hate, and let the bells be rung. Now it's too late to die young. And let the waiters wait, and let the songs be sung. Now it's too late to die young. And let the creators create, and let the pictures be hung. Now it's too late to die young. Now it's too late to die young. Now it's too late to die young. All right. I'm coming. How could I have gotten this? I'm still here. I'm looking for this song. It's right in front of me all the time. So, I guess once they discover Lord Jim is alive, they have some pink champagne. Yeah, which is also code word for there was this, it's not even worth, it's like an amphetamine, all right? Pink champagne, it could be pink champagne, it could be an amphetamine, it could be whatever you like. Here's this song, and this song's called Pink Champagne. You can all join in at home. This is another one of those little sing-along numbers. He had a gig in Surrey Hills. He was supposed to be on at 3. When they went looking for him, he was laid out. They said he won't be able to play now, surely, but the manager came in. He said, look out, boys, I'll show you what we can do. Just crack open that pink champagne, and we'll get this dude on his feet and on stage. Pink champagne, pink champagne, pink champagne, pink champagne, pink champagne, pink champagne. hotter than hell, but the nights are as cold as ice. I was stumbling up Old Argent Street with my mate and 12-string and my Old Spice. A young lady stepped out of the doorway. I guess she was dressed to kill. She said, all you need is some trucky speed, some pink champagne, maybe a little weed. Pink champagne, pink champagne, pink champagne, pink champagne, pink champagne, pink champagne. If you wanna laugh again, then it's pink champagne. And if you wanna stay out of the rain, well, it's a pink champagne. And if you wanna get in a fast, fast lane, well, it's pink champagne. And you wanna take the lion by the mane, baby, pink champagne. Pink champagne, pink champagne, pink champagne, pink champagne, pink champagne, pink champagne, pink champagne. I've left one out accidentally. It doesn't matter. It wasn't that good a song anyway. Oh dear. Alrighty. Well, that leaves us just one more song from the Road to Tibooburra. And this is also a song that Lord Jim was a hit when he was a young guy. He was a young guy who had a big hit. I guess that would have been back in 1981. Lord Jim had this big hit, and he does it in the beginning, I guess, a bit, sort of like reminisce about his big hit, and people say, yeah, play your big hit. And then right at the end of the film, the musical, right at the end of the whole thing, this girl reveals she is really his daughter, and she does her own version of his song called Adrift, which is sort of representing a hit from somewhere in Lord Jim's past. He had this big hit. He was on this TV show. He was really handsome and angular and wore strange clothes. And he had this big hit. I'm adrift in the afternoon. Fog's gonna lift. I'ma see you soon. I'm gonna amble down your boulevard of seaside dreams. I'm adrift on the turquoise sea. Gonna be a shift in my trajectory. I'm gonna wander through your gardens of love. Love is a gift. Don't be surprised. Just cut it adrift. I'm adrift under an orange moon, but not so swift. I'm gonna see you soon. I'm gonna navigate the straits and the reefs of your terrain. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And love is a gift. Don't be surprised. Just cut it adrift and ride. I'm gonna navigate the streets and the reefs of your terrain. And love is a gift. Don't be surprised. Just cut it adrift and ride. Come on, everybody. Love is a gift. Don't be surprised. Just cut it adrift and ride. One more time. Yeah, 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 yeah. Love is a gift. Love is a gift. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. Just cut it adrift and ride. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There you go, indeed, and in spades. You have Road to Tibooburra. You have the Road to Tibooburra. And there are no comments. There are no comments, so I don't know what's going on. But I hope you enjoyed all of that. I enjoyed playing that for you. I hope Julien was watching. I hope he enjoyed it. Justin Frew, you're a great... All the people who were on the Road to Tibooburra, all the people in the play and all the people who were actually on the boat trip, and all the people who even made that movie, Space Junk, were great people, and it was a real pleasure to do that last year. So I had a great time on the Road to Tibooburra, on the bus, not doing very much, but just sort of smoking dope and goofing off. Okay, I guess I'm going to leave you right now. I hear from Julien this play is, or this musical is coming back next year. If he can pay me $1 million a performance and $500,000 for rehearsals, I will join the cast. Meanwhile, I'm going to leave you with this song. I'm thinking of Wild Child. I'm thinking of Kevin with an A. I'm thinking of Steph Mundo, Jazz Mundo. I'm thinking of Heather. I'm thinking of Sarah T. I'm thinking of all the people, everybody who's in this crazy material world of sorrow and sadness and quarrel and hardship. I'm thinking of you, sending you love and blessings. I don't know. I wish I could do more. I really do. This is all I can do is play my songs and drink alkaline water. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this final one for you now, and then I'm gonna go and watch Gotham on TV. Great show. You guys should be watching that. Long time ago, space was calling. Long time ago, the apple was falling. It's been a long day. 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 Long time ago, this earth was created. Long time ago, it was infiltrated. You carried me away, carried me away, carried me away, you carried me away. And now I wanna say I've been waiting for this moment. I wanna say I've been waiting for this moment. Long time ago, Jupiter rising. Long time ago, angels uprising. Send them away, send them away, send them away, he sent them away. Long time ago, Eden was shut down. Long time ago, the serpent was cut down. They took him away, took him away, took him away, they took him away. Now I wanna say I've been waiting for this moment. I wanna say I've been waiting for this moment. I wanna say I've been waiting for this moment. I wanna say I've been waiting for this moment. I wanna say thank you to all the people. Thank you. Hi, Steph. Thank you all so much. KK, Knight, Nikki Roll, everybody who watched tonight, I appreciate it. Everybody who paid me anytime, I appreciate that. If you can't pay, I appreciate that. If you've got $5 million, I'd appreciate that. And then maybe next week, next week, I forgot to tell you while you're all here, next week, I'm going to end this week as it elapses, seeing I can't do anything or go anywhere or even think about going or doing anything, I'm going to fucking write a new album. I'm going to write the follow-up to 11 Women, all right? I'm going to write a new album in the next week. Next week, I'm going to play you the new album I've written, and let's keep moving forward and fuck nostalgia, okay? I'm still going to write a few songs before the storm swoops down and swallows me. So thank you so much, my friends, my fine feathered finks. It was an absolute pleasure being here tonight. I don't know what the time is. Fuck it, that's the end. See you later.